Hello students, I am Dr. Prakash. Welcome you all for the online class on International Marketing Strategy. The topic for today's presentation is the marketing research process. The global marketing research is a project-specific, systematic gathering of data in the search scanning mode on a global basis. Here the challenge is to recognize and respond to national differences that influence the way information is obtained. So information is a critical ingredient in formulating and implementing a successful marketing strategy. As described earlier, a marketing information system should produce a continuous flow of information. Market research, by contrast, is the project-specific, systematic gathering of data in the search scanning mode. The American Marketing Association defines marketing research as the activity that links the consumer, customer, and public to the marketer through information. Michael Zinkota and Ilkka Ronkainen note that the objectives of international market research are the same as the objectives of domestic research. However, they have identified 4 specific environmental factors that may require international research efforts to be conducted differently than domestic research. First, researchers must be prepared for new parameters of doing business. Not only will there be different requirements, but the ways in which rules are applied may differ as well. Second, cultural megashock may occur as company personnel come to grips with a new set of culture-based assumptions about conducting business. Third, a company entering more than one new geographic market faces a burgeoning network of interacting factors. Research may help prevent psychological overload. Fourth, company researchers may have to broaden the definition of competitors in international markets to include competitive pressures that would not be present in the domestic market. Now let's move on to the need for marketing research. So, to undertake the marketing research, it is very essential to undertake the marketing effectively. It is also essential to know the changes in technology. It is essential to know the changes in consumer tastes. It is essential to know the market demand, and it is essential to know the changes in the product ranges of competitors. It is essential to know the changes in economic conditions and also the distribution channels. The purpose of marketing research is to gain a more detailed understanding of consumer needs. Example, views about the product's prices, packaging, recent advertising campaigns, etc. It is also essential to reduce the risk of product or business failure. So there is no guarantee that any new idea will be a commercial success. So it can help to achieve commercial success. And thirdly, to forecast future trends. It can also be used to anticipate future customer needs. Now let's move on to some of the examples of research in marketing. The research activities related to target markets. It includes research about sales, market size, demand for product, customer characteristics, purchase behavior, customer satisfaction, and website traffic. With regard to product, the research may be conducted to product development, package production, packaging awareness, brand name selection, brand recognition, brand preference, and product positioning. With regard to distribution, research may be conducted to know the distributor interest, assess shipping options, online shopping, retail store site selection. With regard to promotion, the research activities may be conducted for advertising recall, advertising copy testing, sales promotion response rates, sales force compensation, traffic studies, that is outdoor advertising, and public relations media placement. With regard to pricing, the research activities may be conducted to know the price elasticity analysis for optimal price setting and to know the discount options. With regard to external factors, the research activities may be conducted to know the competitive analysis, to study the legal environment, and to study the social and cultural trends. And others include the research activities conducted to know the company image and to test market. Coming to the uses of marketing research. Marketing research helps in identifying the market opportunities and problems. It helps to generate, refine, and evaluate potential marketing actions. It helps in monitoring the marketing performance. It helps to improve marketing as a process. It reduces uncertainty. It reduces the risk, and it helps in focus decision making. Coming to overview of marketing research process. So there are some questions that are need to be asked before starting a market research. That is, why should we do research? What research should be done? Is it worth doing the research? How should the research be designed to achieve the research objectives? And what will we do with the research? The leading global market research companies. So this table shows the top 5 leading global market research companies. First one is Nielsen Company, the US and the Netherlands, IMS Health Inc., Tyler Nelson Software, GfK AG, the Kantar Group. Coming to the steps in the research process. As you can see, there are 8 steps in the marketing research process. The first one is identifying the information requirement. The second one is defining the problem. The third one, choose a unit of analysis. And the fourth one, to examine the data availability. Fifth one, to assess value of research. Sixth one, designing the research. Seventh one, analyzing the data. And the last one, presenting the findings. Now let's discuss each of the steps in detail. The step one is identifying the information requirement. So here, the marketing researcher should ask the questions like, what information do I need? So with regard to existing markets, customer needs already being served by one or more companies, and the information may be readily available. Whereas in case of potential markets, latent market, an undiscovered market, the demand would be there if product was there. And in case of incipient market will emerge as macro environmental trends continue. And the second question is, why do I need this information? The marketer should ask this question before starting a research activity. The second step is problem definition and overcoming the SRC, that is self-reference criterion. So SRC occurs when a person's values and beliefs intrude on the assessment of a foreign culture. Must be aware of SRCs, for it enhances management's willingness to conduct market research. It ensures that research design has minimal home country bias. It increases management's receptiveness to findings. When approaching global markets, it is best to have eyes wide open. In other words, marketers must be aware of the impact that SRC and other cross-cultural assumptions can have. Such awareness can have several positive effects. First, it can enhance management's willingness to conduct market research in the first place. Second, an awareness of SRC can help ensure that the research effort is designed with minimal home country or second country bias. Third, it can enhance management's receptiveness to accepting research findings, even if they contradict tried and true marketing experience in other markets. When the Walt Disney Company opened Disneyland Paris, park employees were expected to comply with a detailed written code regarding personal appearance. The goal was to ensure that guests receive the kind of experience associated with the Disney name. However, the French considered the code to be an insult to French culture, individualism, and privacy. The third step is to choose a unit of analysis. That is, will the market be a global market, a region market, a country market, a province market, a state market, or a city market? For example, a company that is considering entering China may focus initially on Shanghai. So located in the Jiangsu province, Shanghai is China's largest city and main seaport. Because Shanghai is a manufacturing center, has a well-developed infrastructure, and is home to a population with relatively high per capita income, it is the logical focus of a marketing research effort. The next step is to examine the data availability. So those sources may be companies' records or the secondary sources like trade journals, government sources like CIA World Factbook, Statistical Yearbook of the UN and the World Bank, and the commercial sources like The Economist and Financial Times, MarketResearch.com, etc. The fifth step is to assess value of research. What is the information worth versus what it will cost to collect? What will it cost if the data are not collected? What will the company gain with this information? So these are the questions that are need to be asked to assess the value of research. Research requires investment of both money and managerial time, and it is necessary to perform a cost-benefit analysis before proceeding further. In some instances, a company may pursue the same course of action no matter what the research reveals. Even when more information is needed to ensure a high-quality decision, a realistic estimate of a formal study may reveal that the cost to perform research is simply too high. The sixth step is research design and the data collection. So here we use multiple indicators, develop customized indicators specific to the industry and product market or business model. Do not assess a market in isolation. So observation of purchasing patterns or behavior are more important than reports of purchase intention or price sensitivity. Under research design or research methodologies, the data may be collected through primary data collection methods using survey research, interviews, consumer panels, observation, and focus groups. Special considerations for conducting the surveys are, firstly, we have to look at the benefits, that is data collection from a large sample. Both quantitative and qualitative data can be collected and it can be self-administered. And the issues related to surveys are the subjects may not want to answer or intentionally give inaccurate response. And the translation may be difficult. So use back and parallel translations to ensure accuracy and validity. In global marketing research, a number of survey design and administration issues may arise. When using the telephone as a research tool, it is important to remember that what is customary in one country may be impossible to others in other countries because of infrastructural differences, cultural barriers, or other reasons. For example, telephone directories or lists may not be available. Also, important differences may exist between urban dwellers and people in rural areas. In China, for example, the Ministry of Information Industry reports that 77% of households in coastal areas have at least one fixed line telephone. In rural areas, the number is only 40%. SRC bias can be originate from the cultural backgrounds of those designing the questionnaire. For example, a survey designed and administered in the US may be inappropriate in non-Western cultures, even if it is carefully translated. So this is especially true if the person designing the questionnaire is not familiar with the self-reference criterion. A technique known as back translation can help increase comprehension and validity. The technique requires that after a questionnaire or survey instrument is translated into a particular target language, it is translated once again into the original by different translator. For even greater accuracy, parallel translations, that is two versions by different translators, can be used as input to the back translation. The research methodologies that are adopted by marketed researchers may include personal interviews, consumer panels, observations, and focus groups. When observation is used as a data collection method, one or more trained observers or a mechanical device such as a video camera watch and record the behavior of actual or prospective buyers. Hoping to gain insights for product and package design improvements, Procter & Gamble sent video crews into 80 households in the UK, Italy, Germany and China. P&G's ultimate goal is to amass an in-house video library that can be directly accessed by the keyword searches. Stan Joosten, an information technology manager, noted, "You could search for eating snacks and find clips from all over the world on the topic. Immediately, it gives you a global perspective on certain topics." A marketer of breakfast cereals might send researchers to pre-selected households at 6 a.m. to watch families go about their morning routines. The client could also assign a researcher to accompany family members to the grocery store to observe their behavior under actual shopping conditions. The client might wish to know about the shopper's reactions to in-store promotions linked to an advertising campaign. The researchers could record comments using a cassette recorder or discreetly take photographs with a small cameras. Companies using observation as a research methodology must be sensitive to public concerns about private issues. A second problem with observation is reactivity, which is the tendency of research subjects to behave differently for the simple reason that they know they are under study. When a Blockbuster Video was planning its entry into Japan, the world's number 2 video rental market, the company convened focus groups to learn more about Japanese preferences and perceptions of existing video rental outlets. In the mid-1990s, most video stores in Japan were tiny operations with limited display space. Video titles were piled up from the floor to the ceilings, making it difficult to find and retrieve individual titles. Acting on the information provided by the focus groups, Blockbuster designed its Japanese stores with 3,000 square foot of floor space and display shelves that were more accessible. Another important aspect is sampling. A sample is a selected subset of a population that is representative of the entire population. It includes probability samples and non-probability samples. A probability sample is generated by following statistical rules that ensures that each member of the population under study has an equal chance or probability of being included in the sample. The results of a probability sample can be projected to the entire population with statistical reliability reflecting sampling error, degree of confidence, and standard deviation. The results of a non-probability sample cannot be projected with statistical reliability. One form of non-probability sample is a convenience sample. As the name implies, researchers select people who are easy to reach. The second step is analyzing the data. So here, one has to clean the data, tabulate the data using statistical techniques like ANOVA, regression, factor analysis, cluster analysis. And the perceptual mapping and conjoint analysis can also be included.